Well, good morning. Welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Lee. So today I asked this. For whatever reason, I was thinking of the song Ball of Confusion by The Temptations. I want to ask you, are you a ball of confusion? Do you feel confused right now? What is it about you that causes to be confused? Here's what I've come to understand is that we become confused when we stop thinking for ourselves. When we allow the opinions of others to influence what we think, when we allow the opinions of others to distract us from discovering what we truly want to do, we become confused when we just don't know who we are and what's really important to us, and we're living our life by the seat of our pants. Then it's confusion. But confusion becomes clear when we start to understand and we determine and discover at this time, who are we? Who are we and what do we want to be? What do we want to show? What do we want to live in the world? And once we make that discernment for ourselves, then we align all of our thoughts, our words, our actions. We align our scheduling. We allow the people that we've got coming into our lives. We take back our power, we take back our control, and when we do that, we're no longer confused. The other thing that helps us become unconfused is stop thinking too far ahead. When we think too far ahead, we can't even imagine possibilities that don't even exist right now because we've not even taken steps in the direction toward what we want. You see, the more steps you take toward a specific direction, toward a specific outcome, the clearer the path becomes. But if you haven't taken any steps, you're going to be confused. So the only clarity that you really need in a moment then is, what is my next step? And when you've got that outlined, then you just proceed. You've got clarity, right? You're not confused. I got my next step. But if you don't have your next step and you're going through this thing, well, I've got to ask this person, that person, I got to do this research, that research, you're going to get confused. I'm not saying research is bad, not at all. But the most important thing is you've got a power. And that power is you think. And because you can think, you can discern. You can discern for yourself. And that's important. That's important because that's your superpower. Blossom says, I'm a big ball of tired. Just work and sleep and work again. I'm sure. Miss doing things with my friends. My next step is making a phone call I need to make and going to bed before I work tonight. I guess the question I would ask is, who do you want to be today? If you're just working and going to sleep and working and going to sleep, that to me goes back to numbness, not knowing, just barely alive. But if you're working and there's a result that, oh, when I get this money, this is what I'm going to do, and it's alignment with what I want, then work doesn't become a drudgery. It becomes a means to an end. The other thing is, and I'm picking on you, Blossom, and I'm really not. I'm just looking at the words, and I have a phone call I need to make. There's a difference between needing to make a phone call and wanting to make a phone call. And why would you want to make a phone call? Because it's going to get you the result of something that you truly desire. So it's not like I ever need to do something. I need to check on this. I need to check on that. No, not at all. I do it because it's important to me. One of my key values is interpersonal connection. So if I do have a relationship with people, there's something within me that calls to connect with them. If I have a thing about being financially free to do what I want, when I want, how I want, then when I have a when I have things that I have to do financially, it's not that I need to do them. I choose to do them because it's going to net me what I value most, a financially comfortable life. You see, that's my goal. I didn't say financially free. That's not a goal I set. If I were 20 years old, I'd set that goal for myself. But right now, I just want to be financially comfortable, and I am. And I work at that. I love it. You keep going, Blossom. You do what you got to do to get what you want to get. It's interesting. Ball of confusion. So you hear the media talk about what's happening here, what's happening there, what's happening here, what's happening there. It's interesting. Gene and I went to our favorite restaurant Friday night. And our favorite restaurant is a place here in Highland Village called Deli 6. It's a wonderful Indian restaurant. And Gene and I have come to know the owners, AJ and VJ. Not only do we know the owners, but we know almost the whole staff there because we're there and we take time to get to know them. But I asked a question of AJ. I said, so what's happening with business? And his comment was, business is down. And I said, is it down more than it was in COVID? And he goes, yes. And I said, why is your business down? And he says, because people don't have the money they used to have to do it. And so inflation is having an impact. I don't know. We saw it when we looked at our bill. We said, this bill is $10 higher than it was a year ago. A year ago, tax and tip, the bill, tax, tip, and bill would have been 40. We don't eat a lot. We eat a main entree each, and then we may have some naan, but that's pretty much all we do. We're very comfortable with simple food, more than enough. But we notice that the bill now is not 40, it's 50. Now, Gene and I are able to afford that. We only go out to eat once a week. We make that a treat for ourselves, and we don't go extravagant. But just think, if you were, and a lot of people go out to dinner or out to eat a lot, and when you look at 40 to 50, that's what? A 25% increase in the cost of going out to a dinner? And if you're going out every day, can you afford that? So with the confusion that's happening in the world right now, it's a great time to start thinking for yourself. And what I mean by that is to make decisions about what really is of value to you. Is it value? Does it make sense to go out to all these meals? Or does it make sense, hey, I can cook some great food for a lot less money? Here's what I find for the most part. The quality of the food that I cook is a lot better than the quality of the food that I receive in most restaurants because of the quality of the ingredients that I put in, the freshness because I'm cooking it right then. But here's the secret part. I'm not confused on this at all. The love that I put into cooking my food and the love that Gene puts into cooking food that we eat as well. Don't ever, ever discount the aspect that the energy that you put behind doing anything, especially cooking, doesn't have an impact on you. It does. That's why it's so important that before you even eat, bless your food. Give thanks to all of, whether if you're eating animals, give thanks for the animal that gave its life. Give thanks for the people who grew the food, harvested the food, brought the food. Give thanks for that, because when you're in gratitude, your body accepts the food in such a way, because guess what? Everything you put into your mouth becomes what? It be your body. You take all the food and you create your body from it. Wouldn't you want it to be a good energy? That's how I look at it. So I went a little bit off track today. I was talking about confusion. Confusion is really clear. Getting clear on who you are, what you want out of life, and then make decisions in alignment with it. For all of those that don't know, but you can plug in with me every day at this time. You can join me at 7 a.m. for a guided meditation. Or starting tomorrow, I am teaching a class Tuesday nights, 6:30 Central Time. The class is on the mastery of you, based on a book by Don Miguel Ruiz. So if you're looking to get deeper into this, go to agapespiritualcenter.com. Sign up for a class. Otherwise, see you tomorrow. Don't be a ball of confusion. Think for yourself. Power's in you.